Crank the volume to maximum, folks. Can you smell the sharp, burnt stench of crude oil forcing its way through every gap in the engine block? Can you measure the shock waves slamming into the ground beneath the low-rev rhythm of multi-ton, solid cast iron machines? Today, we throw aside all those over-designed plastic-covered systems. Welcome back, grease-blooded crew, to the engine history. In today's load testing session, you will witness the most extreme and relentless mechanical entities, from early 20th century giants that devour crude oil to the ear-shredding scream of a Hemi V8. Gear up, because we are about to slam the throttle and ignite the test stand. Watching these machines shudder and spit exhaust in front of you, you begin to grasp a core principle long forgotten. Machines were engineered to grind through time itself. Engineers of the past did not rely on circuit boards or software. They forged massive metal blocks using mechanical calipers, furnace fire, and an extreme load-driven mindset. These machines were built to tear through mud, drive massive sawmills, and operate for decades without ever losing rhythm. Once they bite into revs, they never falter. If you are addicted to the smell of heat-resistant grease and fascinated by the brutal torsional force of spinning flywheels, subscribe to the engine history right now. Your follow is the highest pressure stream of oil that keeps the team uncovering and tearing into these steel relics. We kick off the test stand with machines that replaced millions of horses in the field, the Holt 120 and the John Deere Model D. What you are looking at is the slow-revving two-cylinder engine of the 1926 John Deere, straining under load to drive a massive 21-inch threshing machine. Its defining feature lies in the signature nickel flywheel, spinning with stored inertia to deliver astonishingly sharp and powerful torque. Its rhythmic exhaust pulses blend with raw mechanical friction, defining the brutal agricultural output of North America in the 1920s. Right beside it stands the raw pulling force of the Holt 120, a massive gasoline engine built to crush the most demanding workloads. Strip away the polished exterior, and what remains is pure mechanical muscle, fully exposed under the eyes of the mechanic. But true endurance lies in the hot bulb engines. Focus on this massive 40 horsepower crude oil engine. With no spark plugs, ignition requires mechanics to clamp a gasoline torch onto the cast iron combustion chamber, heating it to a glowing red. The air fills with the thick stench of kerosene residue and burnt grease. Once the temperature peaks, the heavy cast flywheels are spun to build momentum. Crude oil is injected directly into the glowing chamber and self-ignites. A violent compression blast sends thick black smoke into the air. Even if the primitive check valves cough unevenly at first, once stabilized, this engine devours even the lowest grade waste oils to extract maximum pulling force. That same brutal torque defines the St. Mary's HVID 8 horsepower with its early mechanical pump, or the Australian-built Austral Oil 20 horsepower. Left unused for 6 months, a simple oil refill is enough for this 1932 machine to snap back to life with a sharp, tearing exhaust rhythm. Leaving the oil fields behind, we move into the domain of stationary engines. Standing before you is an inverted Crossley Brothers engine from the 1890s, operating with a stubborn hit-and-miss mechanism. When the load drops, the centrifugal governor locks the exhaust valve, cutting combustion. The engine coasts silently on flywheel inertia, then suddenly snaps back with a sharp, explosive exhaust burst that sends pressure surging. That same structural endurance is found in the Deutz MAH 711 from 1940. After sitting dormant under dust for over 40 years, a simple cleaning and oil refill is enough to bring this 6-horsepower engine smoothly back to life. Or take the modified twin-cylinder Lister CS diesel, built from 2 single-cylinder units. Running at just 650 revolutions per minute, its deep, steady rhythm once powered remote communities across vast regions. Mechanical engineering extends beyond engine cylinders. Look at the raw brutality of the metal cutting system in the 1876 horizontal bandsaw from Hessen Park. It slices through massive logs with absolute precision. That same load-driven philosophy continues in modern workshop builds. Welded steel frame bandsaws, branch shredders tearing through wood, or the Lufkin oil pump tirelessly nodding under the scorching Texas desert sun since 1931. Every machine channels fuel compression into direct mechanical motion, hammering force straight into the workshop foundation. To close today's session, let your eardrums be crushed by extreme speed. Forget 300 revolutions per minute. This is the domain of the legendary Hemi 426 V8 from 1964 to 1971. From a cold start, a sharp, explosive crack slams into your chest. It is the pure, brutal pressure of American mechanical power. That intensity is pushed to the limit by the 1.5-liter Ferrari 158 V8 from 1964. It does not rumble, it screams, tearing through the air at extreme RPM, defining the razor-sharp engineering of Grand Prix racing. Finally, lock in your hearing with the iconic potato-potato exhaust rhythm of the V-twin engine on the 1948 Indian Chief, grinding relentlessly across scorching highways. When the crankshaft finally slows to a stop, silence settles over the workshop. Whether it is a crude oil-burning hot bulb engine, a desert oil pump nodding under relentless heat, or a high-revving V8 on a dyno stand, they all share one core specification, forged from cast iron and steel. Every connecting rod movement, every valve clearance is laid bare 100% under the eyes of mechanics. Thank you for standing through the smoke and heat with the engine history today. Between the relentless torque of the John Deere and the wind-tearing pressure of the Hemi 426, which one do you choose? Drop your evaluation in the comments for the crew to break down. If you enjoy watching these load-driven machines, hit that like button to keep the momentum going. See you in the next high-rev test session.